Hey guys, Jules here. We're doing our Tuesday tour. This is Saturday, March 6th. I'm going to show you how to prepare your beds for the spring garden season. We're going to work on at least 2 today, maybe 3. We have a total of 7 or 8. Leave a comment after you've watched the video. Tell me what you're doing. Give me comments and tips on what I'm doing, and let's learn together. So the first bed is the south bed where we have some, actually we have some collard greens and giant red mustard greens in there already. We're going to add more greens, collard greens and mustard greens. And then eventually, probably about July, I will put some rutabaga down the middle of it so I can get a fall crop of rutabaga. So let's take a look at that. The south bed, there's the giant red mustard Bates collards. You can't really tell, but that side near the fence in that corner, a lot of water gets in there, and I built it up somewhat with some soil I purchased from the nursery. And I'm going to add a bag of Daddy Pete's lawn and garden soil just to bulk that up a little bit more. Also need to get some more of these weeds out, and then throw some 10-10-10 down. Let's let it start integrating. So there you go. Again, we're in the south garden. Got a little more bulk on that. It kind of slopes out to the north. Run the water that way. Spread it a little bit up on the top. Put down some Daddy Pete's and some 10-10-10. So this is the company I use primarily, pretty much exclusively, for soil and whatnot. It's called Daddy Pete. Company's Daddy Pete's Plant Pleaser. It's actually a dairy farm about 40 miles from the house, and they do it organically. Cow manure is a byproduct of their dairy, of course. Check out their webpage. But anyway, you can see Pete's cow manure. That's a primary ingredient in just about everything they sell. You can get it 100%. This particular product is for lawn and garden soil. So they add the pine bark fines and some gypsum and some sand. And then for slow release, I used, this is Southern States. That's a farmer's co-op in the south for those outside of the region. I use their premium vegetable grower 10-10-10. It also has, some sulfur in it, some magnesium, some calcium, some boron, some iron, a little bit of zinc. And so I just use a cup and casually spread it over the top. And after these freeze, I think we're talking Tuesday, Wednesday, I've got some greens started already. So I'll be putting in some collard greens on this inside row where the dark dirt is. So that didn't take a whole lot of time. And now we're going to focus on the east garden. Did some cultivating over here. So now I go back and pick through the stuff I need to get a hand shovel on. this is a good time to take a break on this garden and explain what's going on. Have a nice little amber beverage here. Over here is going to be basically mixed greens and some buncheon onions. I did about 25% of the bed because I'm going to stagger this side as I go every week or two, start the next section. Although all the buncheon onions will go in at the same time. Then a section of buncheon onions, then a section of mixed greens. Stagger, stagger, stagger. On this side, against the wall, we already have cabbage seedlings in, 10, and then we left room for 5 more on the back end. And then where I'm setting up to here will be the first start on Lee Ren Choy, which is it's like a pak choy, but it's small. It's made for small gardens. That's what I do. You may have noticed when I was spreading this manure, I took it out of the middle because that's going to be on our walking path, right? So that gives me a space to walk through. I can walk on the outside of the wall, and then I can walk on this path over here, right, on the outside of that. So I have plenty of access to what it is I'm going to harvest. Now, that noise you hear, took a little break, talked to my neighbor. We've known each other for 20 years. We went from middle age to old age together, and he's working leaves and branches. I'm gonna chip it up, so I'll get at least 7 cubes out of that. Foot, not yards. Finely mulched. I'll throw it in my mulch pile, let it break down some more. And let's take a look at this north trench. Proud of this thing, lots of clay, but I had her kicking last year and the year before. This is what we call the north trench. It's in the east garden on the north. And before I show you or tell you what's going to happen here, this is what it looked like in 2019. That big chunk right there. Hell. Make a little cat ornament out of that thing. Look at that. Ow. Quick as that. And here is a little vignette, I guess you'd say, of what happened last year in 2020. I don't know. I just raked her over once. Felt like I was spreading the dirt around a baseball field. That's nice clay. That'd make a good infield. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so then I went ahead and forked it up. This stuff is clay, clay, clay. Well, all right, after forking it up, I went ahead and cultivated it again, threw down some 10-10-10, a little bit of garden soil, and I'll spot treat it as a plant with some potash. I will say, if you have the space, that's 2 foot between the row, I would definitely make it 3 foot so you could walk between the rows. We've got outside path, and then we can get to the inside with a little maneuvering. There's a gap in there, and you can walk through. So you can get by with a 2 foot gap if in fact you can get to both sides. But if you have the space, I would recommend 3 foot between them. So that was 16 Clemson spineless okra, and they were prolific. So I don't need that. I will be growing okra here again, but I put down a weed mat to give me 3 foot berth so I can get back and forth easier. So we will put 8 okra in here, 4 Clemson spineless and 4 purple. Obviously, I need to do the same thing to this trench that we did over here, so there's no use in showing you that again. I do want to talk about how we're going to amend this, however. This is Daddy Pete's plant mix. Last season, they called this Permatil. For those that are looking for it, this is the Permatil. Okay, they just renamed the product, but it's the Permatil. Oops. Pete's cow manure again, pine bark fines again, and then Permatil. Permatil is a slate that's taken its mind over at Gold Hill, which was the original gold rush in Charlotte a long time ago. It's very special, so it basically keeps your soil from compacting so much, and ironically it discourages vole activity, which is a plus. This bag is going over there to that north trench. This bag, after I till all this up, remove all the weeds, till it with a garden fork and a cultivator. I do not have a true blue tiller, but that bag will be used to amend this for the okra. And this next up is the north bed. So that's split into two. There's a north bed and there's a northwest, which I worked on. Yeah, so this right here is mostly stuff that was still rooted in the ground, not the stuff I trimmed off the top. So I've been pulling quite a lot. That's just these first two panels of fence. Still got to go back, double check, get the stuff that's heavily rooted out. And in that corner, I got more work to do over there, pulling that right there. That's a thick one. Got to get that dude out because it'll run under this mat. And this winkle and ivy, periwinkle's in there and ivy. That's got to come out of the ground before I put this mat up. Yeah, it's slowly but surely. I think I might get this one done today. So that's it. No, that's not it. I need to tack this down, of course. And 3 foot to try to grow something back here. It is shady. Well, it's not now, but it's also not spring yet. Got a blueberry there, another one there. So then the rest, yeah, I'll till it up. Probably won't even amend it that much. That's pretty good soil. The vines like it. So now we just chill on the porch like dogs. Right, Roscoe? Today, Roscoe is a hound dog. You see, it looks nice and sunny back there now, but it's not, and they're in the growing season, so just another Jules experiment. Either it do or it don't. I've got some work to do in the main north bed. You know, it's got some weeds in it. Check it out. So, can you say henbit? That one I know. There's probably chickweed and all kinds of stuff that got in here since the end of the season last year. So there you have it. That was 6 Brussels sprouts. Didn't do much with the Brussels sprouts themselves. Got a little bit, but you know, got a basket full of greens anyway. And it is March 3rd. Obviously that's all got to come out. And I'm gonna take 1 bag of Daddy Pete's cow manure, 50 pounds, and try to make it stretch through here. This is good soil, so it's not like starting from scratch. But I just wanted to freshen it up a little bit. But it won't go on this side. It's in the back corner. Decided the beans will go there. At the end, I'm going to try this corn experiment with beans. Here there will be cucumbers, but I think I'm going to use a Permatil that I used in this trench last year. Treat this trench again with Permatil, and the cucumbers will go here. Here will be, goodness, 7, 11, 18 tomatoes. Well, I hope you guys got something out of that, guys and ladies. Drop a comment down there, tell me how you do it. You can see basically my approach is freshen up the bed with manure. We use cow manure, Daddy Pete's. I'll drop a link down there. You drop comments down there for me. Tell me how you do it. Tell me what you think I'm doing wrong. But I just amend with some cow manure, throw some 10-10-10 down. Sometimes I'll just spot treat when I plant, not amend the whole bed so much, but just right where I'm going to plant. Boom, jack it up with some nitrogen, get that plant rolling, throw some 10-10-10 down, side dress it, give it some longer feeding. Seems to work. Daddy Pete's, by the way, they sell a variety of product. We're using for the lawn and garden soil, the permatill mix, which they call planting mix this year, the 100% cow manure, and we're using their container mix, but that's for a different video later. Three, two, one. All right, so I got 20. 3, 2, 1. Well, I hope you got something out of that as my camera's falling down, 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 stop. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the video. Share the video, drop comments, all that good stuff. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Peace, y'all.